Hey, what's up, people? This is Coach Eli here, and this is a video of me at Great Park hooping. Tell me what you think about this. Should he have caught that pass, or was that just a bad pass? So, yeah, this is just a 30-minute video of me hooping at Great Park, and I hope you enjoy it. I know a lot of people want to see how I play, and this one is specifically for Coach Kev. I saw him today at the Great Park. So, what's up, Coach Kev? How's it going, man? Hope you enjoy this video. So, I started off kind of slow, started off kind of rocky, but you can see here, I'm kind of getting in my bag. I usually don't make that pass, but I decided to make it. I don't know why he didn't shoot it though. So, yeah, that was a great block. I just had to throw that in there. Right here, I'm waiting for some cutters, but you know, I see a shooter. He didn't want to shoot it, and I admittedly, that's my guy Aaron. Admittedly, he said that he doesn't like to shoot. So yeah, I wish I would have known that before. This guy right here in the white shorts, he was pretty athletic. I know it doesn't look like it, but he was fairly athletic. But look at me pull down that rebound. Yes, sir. So I think it's interesting because the reason that I make these videos, I asked my wife, you guys know her as Coach Victory, or, Victory. The reason that I like to make these videos is so that when I have kids and I start to train them, they can have something to go off of. They got something to aspire to, and they're not just thinking, okay, my dad doesn't know what he's talking about. So I always ask my wife to record these videos because I'm going to just pile them up and show them to my kids. And that's like, all right, that was a pretty bad pass, but I thought my guy was going to cut, and I didn't see this guy sitting there in the paint. That guy was actually really good. He was very athletic, but more than being athletic, he was really skilled, and he had some height. So yeah, anyway, I like to make these videos because I want to be able to show my kids one day, like, Dad used to actually hoop. So the stuff that I'm teaching them, they know that it's going to work and it's going to be effective. And the funny thing about that is that I really don't have tape from high school. And I think that's really interesting because, to be honest, like, when I was in high school, social media really wasn't a thing. Twitter had just come out, and there was MySpace and everything, but MySpace was like over and done. And so when I was in high school, I really didn't grab tape. I kind of go play that thing back, man. Oh my gosh, I think that was a pretty good pass. I know it came a little bit fast. My man wasn't really ready for it. But yeah, so anyway, back when I was in high school, I didn't really have tape. Oh gosh, goodness gracious. I didn't really see the value of tape as I see it today. And to be honest, I'm from a place where we didn't really have, resources to have that type of stuff. We kind of just depended on the high school to record us, like, with the film and stuff like that. And I didn't really think to have too many, like, highlights or anything like that. And it's kind of funny because a couple of guys that I play with, like Paul George, Christian Wood, Ryan Small, Miles Conkright, Zachary Hollis, these type of people, a few of them are pros, and they didn't really have high school tape either. So it's just kind of interesting how, like, the revolution of having tape has just become, gosh, don't act like you didn't see that, all right? The revolution of having tape is like a thing, and had I known that tape was going to be so popular, I definitely would have had more tape of me playing. But I can get tape now. I think that this is actually pretty good tape because these guys were actually fairly athletic. They definitely weren't your average bums that go to the park. So I kind of like finding runs like this where I can get some actual competition in. I mixed this guy up right there. Golly, goodness gracious. I wish we could get a slow-mo of that. I mixed that guy up bad. But yeah, so if you want to see me like go off on a scoring tangent, you don't have 30 minutes to watch this video, or you're just not interested in this at all, you can go skip to the end of the video. The last game, I told my teammates, or actually the last 2 games, I told my teammates I'm not passing the ball. So really, I'm a facilitator naturally, as you can see. I think the game, and I really like to get other guys going. I really like to figure out where guys are good and just get them to their spots and make my team better. I don't know. That's just why would you take that shot? Goodness gracious. That's just what I like to do, man. Oh my gosh, man, that guy was something, man. If you seen earlier, he almost like flew into me trying to get a block, and then he took that silly shot, and then right there he kind of tripped me up. I don't really like playing with people like that because I'm out here at the park and I'm just trying to compete a little bit. I'm not trying to get hurt. You know what I mean? If it was but I used to compete like that too when I was younger. I didn't really care. But these days, man, I just had a few injuries. I got invited to a birthday party of these 9-year-olds, and of course I'm like the life of the party, man. I love kids. If you guys didn't know that about me, that's why I'm a coach. I love kids. I just think they're awesome. They're the joy of the world. So I'm at this birthday party, and I'm over here playing freeze tag. And I will admit, I had some cake, I had some sweets, I had some ice cream. I was a little bit hyped up on sugar. And we're playing freeze tag, and I'm back on the playground, man. I'm back in the days of recess, and I am juking these kids out. I'm like, can't catch me, right? But my wife is playing, and my wife is fast. I don't know if you guys know, but she is the top 10 runner in state. She doesn't really like when I say it. That guy wasn't even playing, and he got dunked on. So yeah, that dude was pretty good. She's the top 10 runner in state. Here's a little, just me trying to see if I can still get up, which I can. I didn't really flush it. It came back out, but anyhow. Yeah, my wife is a very good runner, and she was chasing me, and so I'm trying to dip away. I'm like the last one left, and I'm just trying, I don't want to get tagged. So I'm running, and I run up these stairs, and guys, man, just clink. Oh, man, there were some little kids in the way, and they were sitting down on the stairs. I guess they didn't see our intense game of freeze tag going on, and they weren't moving, and I looked at them, and I'm like, I can't run these kids over. I cannot run these kids over. So I try to weave around them, and dink, hit my knee on straight metal. Oh my gosh. When I tell you that pain kicked in, and I just stopped moving, I was like, oh my goodness. No pun intended. I was like, oh my goodness, guys. So my knee was hurting for a while. It's just barely starting to get better, thank God. And I have a toe injury as well. So, and that thing, oh my gosh, it's just like the older you get, when you start getting hurt, it just takes so much longer to recover. And if you've ever been hurt, you know that recovery process just takes way too long. So I'm not really into getting hurt out here. Usually if I'm in a gym with some better competition, I'll actually play a lot harder. But here, man, I'm just trying to have some fun, keep my skills going, get some film for my kids. So hey kids, man, I've been going through a lot to get you some film. And I like to show the good and the bad, so you won't see just highlights of me here doing stuff, because that's not realistic. Highlights are just the thing that kind of brings that hype. And you might want to show schools highlight tapes, but really if you're a coach and if you are someone who's looking for athletes, you're looking for someone who can play within your system. So you're not necessarily looking for and one, baby. You're looking for someone who can play within the system. So you're not really looking for highlights as a coach. Highlights are cool and stuff, but you really want to see the way that someone plays, and I think it's very important to show the good and the bad. It just kind of gives a realistic perception. Give me those cookies, boy. Anyhow, it kind of just show. I missed it, but I got that board. Pump fake a little bit. I'm out. Yeah, so you kind of get that. You wanna see how a player plays, and for me, the way that I play, I'm not really a natural scorer, and actually, kind of have a question about this. So when I was younger, like on the playground, recess and stuff, yeah, I was a scorer. I was the guy who scored. But when I started playing organized basketball, when I first started playing, I was 12 years old, and I was playing with kids that were in high school. And I went to go live with my uncle for a summer, and you can read about that in my book, Hoop Dream. It just talks about my whole hoop journey. And so anyhow, I was with my uncle in North Hollywood, and I'm playing down in the valley with like inner city guys, and I'm playing against high school guys, and I'm 12, and I only ever played YMCA 1 year. I didn't play like AAU or anything like that. And so when I was there, really it was just like a learning process for me, and I was trying to figure out the game. I was trying to figure out how to play organized basketball. Most of the time I was running around with not knowing what to do at all. And it was definitely a process for me. I wasn't just like a 12-year-old phenom like we see these days in AAU. Back when I was growing up, AAU was a thing, but it wasn't as big as it is today. And I didn't even know about AAU until I was like in 9th or 10th grade, and my mom was going to put me with this club in Gardena, California. And that was the first time I even really knew about AAU. I knew a couple of guys on my team, on my high school team, played AAU, but I would hear it here and there, but I really didn't know what it was. So I'm 12 years old, and I'm playing with these high school guys, and I'm just trying to learn how to play, how to be tough. But that game was fast-paced at that point. But that really did help me when I got to like 7th grade, 8th grade. I was balling on that playground. So it's kind of unfortunate. This is the second to last game right here. This is when it kind of got kind of annoying, but this is basically a game where you'll start to see me not pass anymore. So yeah, back to the story. So I'm 12 years old, hooping with 14 and 15, 16-year-old guys, and I'm just trying to learn how to play. My uncle's coaching me. He's helping me out. I'm playing in a gym, and that was actually at North Weddington. I know if you guys know that gym, there's hoopers that come out of that gym. And so I was playing all summer. I would go to the runs in the morning with my uncle and play with the old guys. And I just got to see a lot of big body. Anyhow, I got to see a lot of hoops and a lot of basketball, and just kind of get a different feel, which really helped me out going into middle school, where we didn't have sports because they cut funding, and then going into high school, which was interesting because guys who played in middle school, they definitely had an advantage over the guys who didn't play in middle school because our funding was cut because we lived on a certain side of town. And so I get to high school, and I remember playing in the summer league. I just loved basketball. I just had a pure love for the game of basketball. And I just wanted to play. And I remember my coach saying, "Look at that pass, man." I remember my coach saying, like, "I have heart. I'm gonna make it. I have heart. Like, keep playing with that heart." So that's what I used to do. I didn't really have like the skills. I never went to camps, or I didn't have a trainer when I was younger. I was just playing basketball on the blacktop. I was out there at recess, burning up in the sun on the blacktop. Like, I was at the park in 7th and 8th grade almost every day after school, hooping against older guys, and just trying to figure out what this basketball stuff was, because I loved it. I just loved the game. And so when I got to high school, that really did. I can't believe he called foul. That was crazy. Anyhow, when I got to high school, I really didn't have a skill. I just had grit. I just had heart. I was a football guy. I was a basketball guy, and I played defense, and that's what I did. I played defense. I locked up the best guy on the other side, on the other team. Look at that pass, jeez. I locked up the guy on the other side, the best guy, and that was my job. And I played at the top. And if we got a rebound, zoom, I took off and tried to get a layup, right side only, because I could not shoot with my left till about 10th grade. And so I'm playing with pretty skilled guys on my high school team, and these guys, they've been playing basketball for a while, you could tell. And I'm like 5'10" in high school, but I'm playing the 4, so I got to work on the post moves and that type of thing. So I mean, all these things helped my game, but really my game wasn't developed until I wouldn't even say college hoops, because even in college hoops I had the short end of the stick. I went to a community college called Mount Sac, and for a while I was a practice player. I didn't really even play in any games because I ran collegiate track, and that's what I did. And then I went to practices and I played with the hooper guys at Mount Sac, and that's what I did. That's where I learned how to hoop. And well, actually not really. And then I started training other people, training other guys, training athletes, and training kids. And that's when I realized, I'm actually pretty good at this hoop stuff. Like maybe there's something here for me. And so with the grace of God, I was able to get to some pro tryouts and hoop over there and really build my connections there. But it wasn't until late in my life, probably about like 23 years old, well, that's not even late, but it wasn't until about 23 years old that I was even on that pro level. It took me a while to develop my game, and it took a lot of work. But I say all that stuff to ask this question. I'm not a pure scorer. As you can see, I miss a lot of shots, but when I get hot, I get hot. I'm very streaky. I'll go off for like 10 buckets in a row when I get going and when I get in my rhythm. So my question is, for those of you guys who are just pure scorers, like you just hop on the court and you can score in the sense of shooting, because I can hop on the court and get a layup probably anytime I want to, just depending on size. I'm not the biggest person, but so you guys that do that, how do you do that? Is it your preparation in the sense of the way you come to the game? Because we all prepare. I train. You can tell hoopers train. Basketball players, they just play. Hoopers train. And so I'm out here training for this stuff. I'm practicing my jumpers. I'm taking 500 shots a day, but at the same time, I'm not really a pure just shooter. Like, I wouldn't call myself a shooter. I can get a bucket. I can hit a clutch shot. I can hit a 3. I can get streaky. I can get hot. But there's some guys that just step out there and you pass them the ball. So how do you change from being good at shooting and being a streaky shooter to just being a flat-out shooter? That's my next thing. That's what I want to be able to come. That's my next development in my basketball game, is to be able to become a really good shooter. So, hey, if you stayed this long, I appreciate you. I hope you learned something about me, but I'm just going to kind of narrate this game because I think it's kind of funny. Let you guys know what's happening. So yeah, this is the game where I said I wasn't going to pass, and I'm just kind of getting warmed up here. That's a nice jumper. I got some lift on that shot, but I missed it. It is what it is. This guy's funny because he was like, "Why are we triple teaming him?" Well, that's because none of your teammates are down here. So it was actually really 4-on-1. That was funny, man. A lot of the basketball game that you see is mental. You have to really be mentally fit, because guys will really just talk your ear off. Even some of your teammates. So like that dude right there that just turned the ball over, he's on my team, but he was He was really not on my team at all. Like, he refused to pass me the ball when I was wide open. I don't know. Sometimes I don't really get it, but it is what it is. Sheesh. The rim was just not feeling me today. The rim was just not feeling me. But yeah, so it's kind of funny because earlier in this game I employed a defensive strategy, and that was just to force all these guys left. Like, this guy really exposed himself when he didn't want to go left, and so I picked that up pretty early, and then that was the game plan. In the next game, you'll see most of my team forcing guys left, and I think that's very interesting. In 2021, these guys cannot go left. If you are playing at the park, your defensive game plan should be force these guys left. That should be it. That's all you really got to worry about. Force these guys left and don't fall into their ploys of trash talking. This guy's funny. He called me a cherry picker on this one, but if you notice a couple of frames back, I'm literally at the 3-point line on the other side of the floor. So anyhow, this is the last game. I appreciate you staying this long. So yeah, we're making these guys go left. So you see me playing hard on the right side. I'm not even trying to like block shots or get a steal. I'm just trying to make these guys go left and let them mess up. So here we go, going down the court, and that's Jonathan right there, man. He's a really cool guy. I'm so glad I met him. I love playing with him. I love having him on my team. It's super awesome to have one of those big guys. I kind of got up for that. I love getting blocks, guys. Blocks are like my favorite thing. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite stat on the stat sheet to get. Is it a 3-pointer? I know dunks aren't on the stat sheet, but is it a dunk? What is it? Is it a nice layup? Like, is it a steal? Is it just a turning over the other team? Like, what gets you going, man? For me, I love getting blocks. So yeah, that's my teammate. He's an interesting guy, and you kind of got to deal with that stuff too. So I mean, I think it's all important to show. I'm coming down here, hit him with a nice hezzy. Whoo, that's water right there, man. When I start getting hot, I'll hit those consistently. My guy had the audacity to call me goofy on that play when he literally threw the ball at my feet. My guy. Anyhow, so you see me playing hard right, let him go. He does a nice bump, and he actually gets a bucket on that. So respect to that. But I think at that point, the score is like 6-1. So I don't know. You be the judge. So here I go with the ball again. Crossing in between. See, I'm really a facilitator. I'm trying to look, but I thought, why not? Let me pop that. Yeah, hard left, make him go left. These guys are really trying to get to the right side. Look at that. Really trying to get to his right. Somehow he gets the pass through the help, and they get a bucket. So I mean, he got the job done. But see what I mean when I say if you just force these guys left, they usually mess up by themselves. There again, I was wide open, but my guy, I don't know, he just kind of refused to pass me the ball when I was wide open. I could shoot, guys. A lot of times, I just really let my game do the talking. If I'm communicating on the court, make him go left and try to get back to his right. That's a tough shot. If I'm communicating on the court, it's usually basketball stuff. It's usually like screen coming. It's usually like screen coming or hedge, go over the screen. I'm with you. Force them, send them my way. It's just like strategic stuff when I'm talking. I don't really talk trash. I used to when I was younger, and one of the biggest flaws in my game when I was younger was the fact that I used to think that I could get a call from the refs. Like, I really used to think that, like, if I talked to the refs, like, they would help me out, and that was silly. I don't know why I used to think that. So my recommendation for you is force these guys left, and oh my goodness, force these guys left and don't talk to the refs, and don't talk trash. Like, it's really not even necessary to ever talk trash. Luckily, I catch that pass, and it's a euro and an underhand. That was nice. So just to let you guys know, I do pass the ball a lot more than this, but for this game, I really did just want to score. I wanted to just go in and score. And scoring, guys, what is scoring all about, man? Scoring is all about, number one, preparation, because basketball is all about preparation. You can't play well if you don't prepare well. Look, hard right. Oh, and you might be wondering who this is. Is this a new sub? No, this is the guy I was guarding earlier. He just had to come back in disguise. I think he came back in a disguise to kind of try to throw me off, but it didn't work. I knew exactly who it was. Oh, man. Just pass me the rock. Just pass me the rock. Yeah. So you already know the game plan. Make them go left, but that's the result. You make them go left. They try to get back to their right, and they're clanking off the bottom of the rim. My guy. Man. Anyhow, that's a right-hand layup. Clearly, that was not the game plan. Here's my guy again, right there. I think that was a dimer. Let me know what you guys think about that. I definitely think he should have caught that. And over here we get to see a guy with a huge fro. Gosh, that fro was huge. All right, so we're back at it. You already know the game plan. What do you think the game plan is? Make them go hard left, force them left. So as you see, that's the result. We got a 3-on-2 situation, and instead of passing me the ball, I'm wide open. I don't know, my man just refused to pass me the ball. That's the thing, guys. Make the easy pass. Don't let politics and that stuff come into it. He gave me a pass, almost lost it, probably because I was surprised that he passed it to me, hit the trailer. That's a bucket, guys. That is a bucket. That is a bucket. So besides blocks, my favorite thing to get is an assist. Actually, I'm lying. Besides a block, my favorite thing, actually, not even that. Besides anything, my favorite thing to get is a W. I really like to win. But if I'm not going to win, I'm definitely going to compete. And like I was saying earlier, scoring is all about will. It's all about will, preparation, and grit. And if you have that, man, you'll be able to score on anybody. It really doesn't matter. Let's see what he does on this play.
You didn't call that?
No comment. Okay. I'm not even gonna say anything. Aaron did a great job at playing defense. The only mistake was not giving it to me. But here I go. He gives it to me this time. And that's a bucket and one.
That was nice.
Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Whoo, left side, man. Guys don't want to go left. And you already know what time it is. So it's game time right now. I appreciate you guys for tuning into this video. I'm glad you stayed this long. I'm glad you got to see how I hoop a little bit. If you really want to see how I hoop, come play me. Yeah, come play me. I'm calling you out, Coach Kev. Come play me, man. That's game. I'll see you guys later. Appreciate you for watching. Peace.